Bam. I greet you in the words of Assalamu alaikum. And that means peace and blessings be upon you. And I mentioned both Jesus and Muhammad's names because they were authors of truth and reality. You're looking at the Underground Railroad. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30 Central Time. But you can catch me and this gentleman on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Okay? And I got the researcher. This is the best researcher in Chicago. Trained by Steve Coakley, who also was a giant. And I want to thank you, Brother Randy Evans. Please tell them something about yourself, and thank you for accepting the invitation to come on the Underground Railroad television show.
Well, it's no problem, brother. And with much respect, I understand, I do appreciate, the compliments, but I'm not going to, as far as the best researchers, there's some tremendous researchers out here. So I'm just, I respectfully don't accept that, okay? Because I've got, I say that because I remember certain people that said they were the best researcher in the world, like Dr. Umar Johnson, and they were criticized by Brother Robert X and stuff. We're talking about, okay? So, and he didn't like that. So I don't, and I understand because there are brothers and sisters, there are people out here who are tremendous researchers and stuff. They are. You go on. Look at Rono Rashidi, tremendous researcher who just died recently, made his transition. Tremendous historian, researcher, scholar, traveled throughout the world, documenting the presence of black people throughout the world in Asia and Australia. The list goes on and on.
See, you know what? He's being humble, but he's a giant. But I'm going to move over.
Okay.
Okay. But all praise is due to Allah. So I better get a praise to Allah. Okay. Yeah. You know what, brother? When they see this is going to be old news. Okay. Okay. Because this is not going. I'm not even going to say when it's going to show. But you know what, Afghanistan, man. You know what? What about Afghanistan? You know what? The U.S. has withdrawn from Afghanistan, and what occurred to even get the United States of America involved in Afghanistan? That was during the era of, I think, that was 20 years ago. I can't think of the president.
Well, you can think of the president. You got George Herbert Walker Bush. Okay. And then you also before that, you had Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, George Herbert Walker Bush. And then after that, you had, Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Stuff. 20 years. But it's about poppies. It's about the poppies. It's about heroin.
Where is Afghanistan, first of all?
It's in Central Asia. Okay. And the real reason is what they're doing, just like they did in Southeast Asia. You read the book, The Politics of Heroin in Southeast Asia by Dr. Alfred McCoy. That was published in like 1971, 72, and he came out a revised edition about the global politics of heroin in Southeast Asia by Dr. Alfred McCoy, where he talked about how the U.S. went in after the French were there for a number of years, and then before that, the Turks were there battling the Vietnamese freedom fighters and stuff, back in the 1940s and 50s and 60s and stuff. And so what they're trying to do is that they want to destabilize these different groups and stuff like that, different areas that are fighting for independence and self-determination. And they have, and that's why they split Vietnam into North and South, just like they did Korea, South and North. The North Koreans who were the freedom fighters and stuff, and you had the South Koreans who had a close relationship with the U.S., and they also had their own version of the CIA. They had to call it the KCIA, the Korean CIA.
Did not the battle originally start with the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union and the United States? I think that they trained the Taliban.